this is his first fight in 3 years. This is also his first heavyweight fight. So give me your thoughts. What's going to happen this weekend?
Oh, this is going to be an amazing fight. And just to kind of give you guys an insight into just the lead up to this fight, just some of the pre-fight activities that I've seen in regards to Jon Jones. It just seems like there's a huge atmosphere of excitement with Jon Jones coming back into the fold. Because like Kev said, this is the first time that Jon Jones has fought in the UFC since 2020. And just to kind of put things in perspective, the Jon Jones and Dominic Reyes fight was essentially one of the last fights before the world went through COVID and everything just went to hell in a handbasket. So it's been that long since Jon Jones has fought in the UFC. And, with this fight in particular, it's coming in a different division. Jon Jones is widely regarded as one of the greatest UFC fighters that we've ever seen in UFC history. And you can make a very credible case that he is the greatest UFC fighter ever. And it's simply just because of the dominance that he displayed in that light heavyweight division since attaining the title at 23 years old. I still believe that he is the youngest UFC champion that's ever existed within the history of the UFC. And just his dominance in that division is why people regard him as one of the best UFC fighters and MMA fighters to ever exist. But this is going to be a new challenge for him. He goes up to the heavyweight division, and you can tell that he's definitely put in the time to be able to get physically ready for this fight against Ciryl Gane. When you compare him to what he looked like in the light heavyweight division compared to what he is in the heavyweight division now, you could definitely tell that he's bigger. He has more of a gut instead of kind of like a six-pack when he was back in the light heavyweight division. And you're going to need that mass going up against someone like Ciryl Gane. Now, an interesting note that I was just looking over before we started recording was Ciryl Gane apparently has some sort of injury to his right hand. He was in one of his pre-fight press conferences, and you could tell that there was definitely some swelling in his knuckles in his right hand. So that'll definitely be something that we'll have to monitor when both of these guys go at it on Saturday night. But the fact that Jon Jones is back in the UFC, he's going up to the heavyweight division in what could be another opportunity to not only cement himself as one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. To me, if he were to go up to the heavyweight division, beat Ciryl Gane, and win the heavyweight title and win the belt, I think at this point, there would be no discussion to be had about who's the greatest UFC fighter or MMA fighter ever. It would be Jon Jones. And it would simply just because the dominance that he displayed in the light heavyweight division, and now he moves up to a new division, hasn't fought in 3 years, and he could potentially beat Ciryl Gane in a fight where Ciryl Gane's been more active than Jon Jones. If Jon were able to do that, there's no more discussion. Jon Jones would simply be the greatest. And it really is kind of interesting, when it comes to Jon Jones. Jon Jones is a part of this really athletic family. And I think a lot of people know Chandler Jones and Arthur Jones. Both of those brothers and part of the Jones family, they both played in the NFL. Chandler's still playing. I don't know what Arthur's up to right now, but I know in the NFL realm, I know people know Chandler Jones very well. But the fact of the matter is Jon Jones may be the best athlete amongst them simply just because of the dominance that he's displayed in his respective sport since coming into it. And I'm really, really excited to see what Jon can do this upcoming Saturday. For me, if I had to pick who's going to win between Jon Jones and Ciryl Gane, I may be going with a little bit of my heart here just because I'm excited to see Jon Jones back into the fold. I'm going to give Jon Jones a slight advantage over Ciryl Gane. I just don't know what to expect with Ciryl Gane in that what appears to be a hand issue in his right hand, and that could definitely impact his striking ability when he goes up against Jon Jones. So it's just very interesting to see Jon Jones in a new division, but it looks like he's physically ready to go. He looks like he has a mentality that needs to be had going into a fight like this. And we'll see how things play out on Saturday night. But if you guys get the chance or the opportunity to watch this fight between Jon Jones and Ciryl Gane, I think it's going to be a good one. And I don't think it's an opportunity you guys should pass up. So I'll just leave it at that.